Hello, thank you for joining me. Normally we'd be doing a drunk Doctor Who tonight, but Holden is at the hospital with a friend who was in a car accident, and so he's doing the right thing. He's being there rather than here. That's a good thing. Anyway, I've been meaning to make this video for a long time, and I want to make a video tonight. Come hell or high water, as the saying goes. So we're finally going to do part 2 of the Companions of Doctor Who, the history of the Companions of Doctor Who. The other one was unfinished because the battery runs out after 2.5 hours on my camcorder, apparently. So today we should not take 2.5 hours. It should maybe be an hour at the most, maybe an hour and a half, maybe even a lot less than an hour, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and if you do not know about all the Companions of Doctor Who, hopefully this is informative. All right. We were last on David Tennant at the end of Series 4. We'd already covered, if you've seen the other video, all the seasons, the 26 seasons of the original run of the show, the TV movie, which was the first revival, and the first 4 series of the current revival, excepting the very last 2 episodes. We were talking about that when everything ended, or when the battery died. Anyway, so we have Series 4. Alright, now, in the last 2 episodes, hopefully not repeating too much of the last one, of Series 4, all the companions basically come together that the Doctor has had for the current 4 series, the current revival. You literally get Donna, who's his main companion for the series. But then Rose comes back. Rose is good. Let's see. Well, Donna's better. I prefer Donna over Rose, trust me. Donna's got a lot of chutzpah. She's got a spark. Rose was good, but she pined after the Doctor like nobody's business. Donna wants something to do with that, and it's one of the reasons I prefer Donna. All right, Martha, who was his companion from Series 3, if you recall. Rose's companions from Series 1 and 2. She keeps coming back periodically. It's just a thing with her. Captain Jack. Yay, Captain Jack. One of my favorite New Who companions, along with Donna and Wilfred. We'll get to him in just a little bit. Sarah Jane, Mickey, and K9. Sarah Jane, Mickey, and K9. Okay. Captain Jack shows up as part of Torchwood. But he's a companion, and the other Torchwooders are not companions because they have not traveled with the Doctor in the TARDIS. Or specifically gone along with him to help him, or the other things I previously stated were requirements for somebody to be a companion. They don't have to have done them all, but they need to have done most of them, which is specifically be with the Doctor to help him travel in the TARDIS, and basically fill the companion slot, which is somebody specifically there with the Doctor. Alright, so Captain Jack is from Torchwood. Sarah Jane and K9 are from the Sarah Jane Adventures. Mickey, of course, is a previous companion, back again, great for him. Martha and Rose, same scenario. Previous companions, back with the Doctor, great for them. And Donna's the current companion. But they all come together as the Doctor's bringing together everybody and everything at the finale of Series 4. Really, really good finale. It's The Stolen Earth is the name of the story. And it's 2 episodes and just fantastic. Anyway, so they all come together. One nice, big, wonderful culmination of the Russell T Davies years. They save the day. Great, awesome. And then it's over. Unfortunately, as has only been done a couple times before, Donna ends up with her memory wiped. Spoilers, if you're watching this, spoilers. It's kind of sad, but it happens. Anyway, so that's the end of Series 4. We get this nice, wonderful culmination. If that had been the end of Russell T Davies' run, it would have been a really good end. I like the ending he did, but this was actually a better culmination than that. I have to admit that. All right. So anyway, so the series 5, we literally keep none of these companions at all. We wipe them all, and well, not even series 5. We have to do the specials. Okay. Ooh, look. The specials. Specials. Alright, for those of you who do not know, Doctor Who, after series 4, had a series of specials running from Christmas of, '08? Yeah. Christmas of '08, all the way to New Year's Day of 2010. So it spanned the entire year of 2009, a little bit into '08, a little bit into 2010. But anyway, during the specials, the Doctor had a different companion for each one, except the last 2, which he had the single companion of Wilfred. You know, one of my favorites, like I said. In the next Doctor, the first one, he has Jackson. All right, Jackson thinks that he is the Doctor. Due to, well, long story short, he ends up being imbued with the Doctor's memories from some information from a Cyberman. Okay. Anyway, he thinks he's the Doctor. He's not the Doctor. It was really cool. He's a great actor, and he has a companion. Even though he's basically ends up for the serial being the Doctor's companion, he has a companion. She's also really good. I can't remember her name. But like I said, great actor, fun story, but he's only there for the one episode. And during these specials, they're all singular episodic companions, which does not happen that often. You have to go back to, what's his name? Adam, during series 1 to find that short-lived companion in the modern stuff, and way back to like Katarina in the old stuff, or the lady during the TV movie, because, well, it was the TV movie, was the only episode during the 90s to find someone who was there that short a period of time. Okay, and then for Planet of the Dead, you have Christina. Yeah, Christina. Alright, Jackson does not travel with the Doctor in the TARDIS, but he fills the companion slot, and he tries to help the Doctor. Christina, while not necessarily trying to help the Doctor, does fill the companion slot and travels in the TARDIS. She's really good. Really sad story. Yeah. You'll watch it, I'm sure. No, wait. No. I'm thinking the next one. I'm thinking Waters of Mars with Adelaide. Christina, she's sort of a super spy, Planet of the Dead. She goes in, she steals crown jewels and things. And anyway, really, really cool female companion. Really, really like they try to put her on the same level as the Doctor in terms of competence, and she is. She is hyper competent. She is hyper intelligent, and I will give her all that. It is very much a shame that she did not stay on the show for a longer period of time. You could consider a couple of other people to be companions during that episode, like the Lethbridge Stewart's daughter is in the episode. I think she drops the Stewart and just goes with Lethbridge, but she is his daughter, the Brigadier's daughter, and a really funky, cool scientist guy who is only seen a little bit, but he's really cool. But they never travel in the TARDIS. They are great characters, and the Breeder's daughter comes back later on. The weird, freaky scientist guy, I don't believe it ever does, which is kind of sad. They're both really good. But Christina is the main companion. Anyway, fun episode. Not the most logical, but it's fun. As with Doctor Who, as with most sci-fi shows, you have to throw in a little bit of scientific knowledge and understanding out the window and just enjoy the show. Turn off your brain a little bit. Like the movie Armageddon. Great movie. Physics doesn't necessarily work that way, but great movie. You know, it was just a lot of fun. All right. The Waters of Mars, you have Adelaide. My marker's dying. Alright, Adelaide. There you go. She's the one with the tragic ending. We're getting really near the end of Tennant's run. Great companion. Once again, boom, boom, boom. Every single episode, new companion. This is mostly indicative of the specials only. Adelaide's good. And spoilers, if you're watching this, spoilers. She takes her life at the end of the serial. At the end of the episode, which is the singular episode story. Really sad. Alright, one of my favorite companions, Wilfred. Alright. Wilfred has been in the show before. He is Donna's grandfather. If you remember Donna from the previous series 4. Oh, I forgot to turn off my phone. Alright, Wilfred is one of the few actors to have faced the Daleks both on the small and big screen, because he was in the Daleks' invasion of Earth, 2149 or whatever the movie was, way back when with Peter Cushing in the 60s. And then now he's an old guy, and he plays Donna's grandfather. He is in a bunch of the prior episodes during Series 4, but he actually gains companion status during the 2-part Christmas and New Year's Day special, End of Time, End of Time with Tennant. And he actually does travel in the TARDIS. Really fun, really good. Like I said, love him as a character, love him as an actor. He's just great. One of my 3 favorite 21st century Doctor Who companions. Well, 4 because we've got to count Sarah Jane in there. So Donna, Wilfred, Captain Jack, Sarah Jane, just in no particular order. He's great. Finally makes companion status. Really fun. But he's there for the 2-parter End of Time. And then he's gone. And that's it. This is the specials. Alright. Okay, now we get into Series 5. Okay. Now remember, in current day, we are on Series 11. So we will be able to finish that up in this video easily. Alright, Series 5, the Doctor changes from Tennant to Matt Smith. And Matt Smith gets his very first episode, gets his main companion, Amelia Pond, often shortened to Amy, and later on she gets married, and she marries Rory Williams. So her name is actually Amy Williams, and this is shown in several episodes, but the Doctor continues to call her Amy Pond. The Doctor's quirky. Wait, what you gonna do? And he occasionally refers to Rory Williams, who eventually marries Amy, as Mr. Pond. And Rory's like, that's not how it works. And the Doctor's like, shut up, whatever. What you gonna do? But actually, when she is signing divorce papers in one episode, she of course signs them Amelia Williams, because that is her name. Anyway, Amy stays with the Doctor for a couple of series. I think 2.5. Let's see. Yeah, basically well into the first half of Series 7. She stays with the Doctor. Now also, along with Amy, we have several other side companions. River Song, who I believe I've mentioned previously on this. Yes, Silence in the Library. Anyway, River comes back. She is there for a good while. Well, in and out. Boom, 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 boom. She goes in and out a lot. All right, also, of course, Rory Williams. Who is married to Amy Pond Williams. All right. Well, eventually. The first season, they're not married, and then at the end of the season, they get married. Anyway, and their honeymoon on the TARDIS leads to weird things. You'll see. I'm not going to spoil that for you. All right. Towards the end of Series 5, we also have Craig, who's a slightly more famous actor. He's in for 2 episodes, I think 1 in Series 5 and 1 in Series 6. Yes, I'm correct. 1 in 5 and 1 in 6. Great guy. Just a misfit kind of guy. He likes this girl, and she's slightly a misfit too. It's obvious they both really, really like each other. But he can never make the move, like so many of us guys. Just really, really trepidatious to make the move to ask her out, to go with you, etc., etc. And it's a fun episode, both of them. The one during Series 5 here, when Craig's trying to get with a girl, and the one in Series 6 when they're married and they have a kid. You know, they're both a lot of fun. I do like this recurring character, and it's one of the weird scenarios where the Doctor's kind of on Earth doing doctory things. It does happen a good bit more in series during the Matt Smith years than it did during Tennant or Eccleston. But that's good, that's good. Speaking of which, along with Matt Smith, we have a new showrunner at this juncture, name of Moffat. You've heard us reference him during Drunk Doctor Who many times. And he, for Series 5, keeps the show along the same keel as Russell T Davies had it. But starting with Series 6 and onwards, he starts going his own direction. And is it good? Is it bad? I would argue it's bad. Others seem to like it. It's all subjective, a matter of taste. But the show after Series 5 does take a change in direction. More complicated plots, more interweaving and intricate stuff, and, well, in some cases, more companions, but not a whole ton. He basically keeps Amelia, Amy, and Rory for quite a while. And the following companion, Clara, for quite a while. Anyway, so that is literally the sum total of Series 5. Alright, moving on to Series 6. Alright. Series 6. Pretty much the exact same companions. You have Amelia Pond and Rory Williams, although at this point she's Amelia Williams. You have her song coming in and out in a bunch of different episodes. And once again, you have Craig. The only difference with Series 6 is that you also have Madge for Series 6 Christmas special, The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. Alright. Okay, I love all these companions. They are fun, they are awesome. I don't like Madge. Do not like Madge. She is a bit of a Mary Sue. She shows up. She can't even drive a car, but somehow she can fly spaceships. And this is actually shown during the show. This is the Christmas special, The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe, making fun with, you know, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The Doctor during that whole episode is just kind of there. He doesn't actually really do anything. She does everything. Because she's female, she can save an alien race, even though the Doctor can't. She can somehow fly the spaceship, even though she can't drive a car. She can somehow find and save her kids, drive a giant mechanoid, and in the process save her husband over the English Channel during the Second World War. It is really the start of the downfall of the show. At the very ending of Series 6, The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. Really, really sad. Now, with Christmas episodes, they're like the Simpsons Halloween episodes. You have to give them a whole lot of extra room because they're not, they're canon, but they're not part of the main show line. They're supposed to be fanciful. They're supposed to be like a flippant and silly and fun and not as serious as the rest of the show. I get that. I understand that. I love that. So that's how you get things like, you know, The Last Christmas, Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe, the one with the Titanic. I mean, all sorts of silly fun. Sure, whatever. That said, still didn't like this episode. Still didn't care for Madge. Love all these. You know, we got some great companions here. Don't care for her. One episode, you know, companion, not very good. Make up your own mind when you get there. I'm not the end-all be-all expert. You make up your own mind. But if you find a lot of your views coinciding with mine, take that for what it is, you know, and go from there. All right. So that is the end of series 6. We no longer have Madge. We no longer have Craig. But moving to series 7, we still have Amy, Rory, and River. These 3 companions are there for series 5, series 6, series 7. Now, series 7 was divided into 2 parts over 2 years. In the spring and then in the following fall, I believe. And the one in the spring in 2012, the 2012 portion of it had these 3 as companions. In fact, I think it was all the companions. Yep, that's it. Well, kind of yes, kind of no. So it goes with these 3, okay? And we don't see the ending of River's song yet, but we do have the ending of Rory Williams, and we have the ending of Amelia Pond. They are still companions for series 7, but their stories are done. Now, in series 7 is introduced Clara. All right. Clara is another Mary Sue. She is sort of a end-all, be-all, I can do anything I want companion. In fact, the Doctor ends up later on, not quite yet in series 7, because we're still on Matt Smith, in series 8 and 9, literally schedules his entire life around her dating schedule. It's really sad. The Doctor's never done anything like that before. And online, a lot of people are referring to the show as Clara Who, not Doctor Who, because she's basically taken over the show. She literally at one point is willing to kill the Doctor to get back to her love interest, and the Doctor doesn't kick her out of the TARDIS for that. The Doctor doesn't say, hey, you wanted to kill me. In fact, you tried to kill me, but I'll just let you be here anyway. She is basically more or less an attempt to create a female Doctor without actually making the Doctor female. She eventually ends up in the end running off with another young female who is basically a Time Lord because she's immortal, and at that point Clara's immortal, in a TARDIS to explore all space and time. It's like I said, Clara is an attempt to make a female Doctor without making the Doctor female. She is as powerful and as wonderful as, you know, all of the Doctors. It's just insane. The show should be about the Doctor, and I have no problem with it being about the companions as long as they don't overshadow the Doctor. The Doctor has infinitely more knowledge, infinitely more experience, infinitely more intelligence, and infinitely more wisdom. But somehow Clara overshadows him. And she is supposed to have infinitely more of all of those things that, you know, she's 27? And she's going to overshadow a guy who's 1,200 years old with all that experience and everything? It just blows my mind. And for some reason, eventually, the Doctor cares for Clara more than he has for any other companion ever. I'll explain that in a minute. It's annoying. All right, anyway. So then we get into Clara, and she's with the show for a good 2.5 seasons. But anyway, that is, well, not quite Series 7, because towards the end of Series 7, you have the 50th anniversary special, the Day of the Doctor. So we had Clara, we had Amy, we had Rory. Okay, towards the end of Series 7, you had the 50th anniversary special, which was the following year. Well, later that year, 2013. And you have the 10th Doctor, Yay, Tennant comes back, and basically is a companion, the same way that during the 5 Doctors for Davidson, the 5th Doctor, the other 4 Doctors were companions. And you also have the War Doctor. Okay, this is also all basically during Series 7 and the 50th anniversary specials. Alright, the 10th Doctor, once again played by Tennant, and we still have Clara as a companion. The War Doctor is wonderfully played by John Hurt of Alien, 1984, and Melancholia fame. Alien and 1984, both great movies. Melancholia sucks, but was one of his last. But anyway, the War Doctor, John Hurt, fantastic, of course. 10th Doctor, David Tennant, fantastic. And of course, Matt Smith, fantastic. The 3 of them are wonderful. And not only do we get all of these, but we get, we don't get Rose. We get the actress who played Rose, Billie Piper. She comes back during the 50th anniversary to play, was it the Singularity? The Moment. She plays the Moment, which is an ultimate weapon. She's not going to be listed as a companion because she was not playing Rose, but Billie Piper does show up for the 50th anniversary special. As a note, it is rumored, and everyone believes, including myself, that Sarah Jane was going to play that part. But the actress who played Sarah Jane Smith, Elizabeth Sladen, had died either earlier that year or I believe the year before, unfortunately. She was young. She was in her 50s. And being 50 myself, I consider that relatively young. I don't expect people to be keeling off due to old age or whatever until their late 60s and 70s. But anyway, she passed away, unfortunately. So the Sarah Jane Adventures ended abruptly during Series 5. And so we had Billie Piper, Rose, the actress who played Rose, playing the Moment. Anyway, so great 50th anniversary special with Clara, 10th Doctor, War Doctor, and after the Day of the Doctor, the 50th anniversary special, we have the Time of the Doctor, and you get one of the weirdest companions. Handles. Okay, Handles apparently travels with the Doctor for a long time in the TARDIS. He is only there for 1 episode, but so have several of the other companions been. And he is trying to help the Doctor in as much as he can. He is a Cyberman's head, which has been reprogrammed to help the Doctor. And he's included on this list as a companion because unlike a lot of the other companions who are in and out in a day or a week, apparently he's with the Doctor for several hundred, if not 1,000 years. It's 1 episode, but it spans a lot of time and is really fun and funny. So like other mechanoid or robotic companions, such as Canine and Chameleon, he is included on this list. Fun, silly, yes, but he is the final companion for Series 7. By the end of Series 7, Handles is gone. Amy and Rory are gone. And the 10th Doctor and the War Doctor are gone. Clara continues on. Alright, so we'll go to Series 8. And we'll get rid... I got rid of her some. I think she's back, so... Alright. Series 8. Alright, Series 8, we have the continuation of Clara, who's there way too long in my opinion. Yep, pretty much for the entirety of the series. It is Clara and just Clara. There are literally no other companions. Clara who, like I said. When you watch it, make up your own mind. But in my opinion, during her time on the show, she overshadows the Doctor in many ways. And while Doctor Who is a show about the Doctor and companions, it should not solely be a show about the companions. Where, especially when someone who's 27 can overshadow someone who's 1,200 with infinitely more knowledge, infinitely more wisdom, infinitely more experience. But, make up your own mind. And if you disagree with me, write it in the comments. We've been doing this for a while. I think we have one comment. Write it in the comments. I'll respond. I'm bored. All right. Series 9. That was quick. All right. All right. As a note, during Series 8, we get Capaldi as the Doctor. Same showrunner, Moffat, but Capaldi, an older 57 when he takes the role, if I remember correctly. No, 54 when he takes the role. Big time fan of Doctor Who as a kid, all the way through. He was very happy to take the role for 3 series, 8, 9, and 10. And part of it is how Clara, at the beginning of Series 8, how Clara deals with going from a young Matt Smith doctor upon whom she is crushing the entire time. She has a big time crush for him, to Capaldi, who is at beginning of Series 8, who's a much more older and, especially in terms of Clara, avuncular doctor. Not someone she can really crush on, considering she's 26, 27, and he's 54, twice her age. I mean, it's doable, it happens, but they didn't go that direction in the show. She suddenly no longer is attracted to him. That's fair. May-June weddings are not the most uncommon thing at the end of the world, but it's not happening in this show. Alright. Anyway, so we did Series 8, Series 9. You still have Clara for the vast majority of the series. In fact, all the way to the end of the series except the Christmas special. And I said I was going to tell you how the Doctor fell in love with Clara more than any other companion ever. During Series 8, there are a couple episodes called Heaven Sent and Hell Bent. During that, the Doctor spends billions of years dying billions of times and being resurrected billions of times to try and save someone. Try to not give up his secrets. And he finally gets to Gallifrey, and he becomes the president of the Time Lords again, and he does all of this to get into a scenario where he can save somebody. And rather than save Amy or Rory, who basically died on his watch, rather than save River Song, who, spoilers, becomes his wife, okay? Rather than save his wife, he saves Clara. He has had several companions die on his watch. Several, from Adric to Donna's memory being wiped, to the memory of a couple other companions, Jamie McCrimmon being wiped, to several others dying, like Amy and Rory. To his wife, River Song. But no, he's got to save Clara over his wife. I'm sorry, that offended me at very deep levels. That pissed me off at very deep levels. As a man, if you're going to go through hell, it is to save your spouse, not some random tart who happens to be traveling around with you. Not some random girl. You save your wife. Your life and your duty is to your spouse and your children. No others. You can help friends, but you help your wife and your children first. Anyway, enough ranting. Claire is there to the end of the season, except the Christmas special. She gets to fly off with another immortal female, one of the young ladies from Game of Thrones, and she gets to live forever. The other girl gets to live forever. They've got a TARDIS. Yay! They should have their own spin-off show. But once again, basically a Time Lord, a female Time Lord, without having to make the Time Lord the Doctor female. All right. During the Christmas serial, we get River back. Once again, his wife. All right, River Song, and a new companion, Nardole, who is the only new companion introduced in this series. Nardole is comic relief. He's fun. He's funny. He's kind of like, he looks like Gru, or, Gru from the comic series, you know, bald, kind of rotund, sharp wit, good sense of humor, fun companion. But he is introduced during the Christmas special, The Husbands of River Song. Okay, and that's it. And then on to Series 10. Alright, for Series 10, Clara is gone, thank the Lord. Okay, and River Song is gone. Not as much, thank the Lord. She was a much more interesting character. Okay, and for Series 10, we continue with Nardole. And we have Bill. Alright, Bill, despite the name, is female. Not a problem. She's also a lesbian. Not a problem. I don't care. I really don't care. Nobody cares anymore. But she's a black female lesbian. Great. Wonderful. What's more interesting is her character is actually good. As opposed to the Clara, sometimes Amy, wow, I'm an amazingly out-of-the-box, no need for character development, not so much with Amy, but definitely with Clara. Mary Sue, Bill, is a normal human being. She has flaws, she has quirks, she has desires, and she needs to learn. Like all of us, you know, she's a much, much better character. Unfortunately, she only gets the one season, the one series with Capaldi. And luckily Nardole comes back, and it's Bill and Nardole for the majority of the series. Well, all the series except the Christmas special. And she's gone by the end of it, along with Capaldi, and so is Nardole. She's a great character. She establishes personality and humanity in the very first episode, and it continues from there. As, like Rose, she learns about the universe. She learns about the inner workings of everything. She learns about the Doctor. She grows as a human being and has an actual reasonable arc, much like Rose. Unfortunately, once again, only one season, like Martha. You know, well, at least Martha came back repeatedly during Series 4 and the specials. Bill does not. She is unfortunately gone at the end of that series. Like I said, kind of a weird name. Bill, guy's name for a girl, maybe short for Billy. I.E. with an I.E. But there's Bill and there's Nardole. Nardole, once again, lots of comic relief. He's great with comic relief. Two good companions. Unfortunately, gone by the end of the series. All right. At the very end of the series, there's the Christmas special, Twice Upon a Time. And unfortunately, they bring back the first Doctor, and the Captain. Right. The first Doctor is being played by the same actor who played him in The Adventures in Time and Space, what they call a biopic, essentially. He was the guy who was the caretaker for Hogwarts from the Harry Potter movies. Can't remember his name. I could go get it over there, but not the end of the world. Unfortunately, for the show, this is basically a caricature of the first Doctor. They go out of their way to make him seem sexist and bigoted, and it's not good. I mean, I think they, once again, it's a Christmas special, and the Christmas specials are held to a lower standard because it's for fun and silliness, and it gives them a chance to do something they wouldn't normally do in the modern times. But much like the Simpsons Halloween specials. But unfortunately, it does kind of make a mockery of the first Doctor, which I didn't care for. But I'm kind of glad that they reminded the viewers of the history of the show, but I wish they had not done it with such SJW spin and, oh, look how bad it was and how much more enlightened we are. It's full of so much virtue signaling. Anyway, the captain, World War I officer, eventually, spoilers, turns out to be the father of the Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart. That was nice. They got a great actor to play the captain, and the whole tie-in was rather interesting and rather cool. Once again, unfortunately, only a Christmas special and only the one episode, but that turned out fairly well. Anyway, so that's all good. Okay, that's series 10. None of them continue to series 11 at all. Series 11. Oh. This is not updated with series 11 information. When I printed it out, I have not done this video. The previous one says before series 11 aired. That is hilarious. All right, series 11, we have a new showrunner, Chibnall. And we have a new doctor, the 13th Doctor, Whittaker, Jodie Whittaker, the first female Doctor. I didn't care for the Doctor becoming female, but such is life, c'est la vie. Anyway, so the Doctor has 3 companions in the TARDIS with her now for the entirety of Series 11. And it looks like it's going to happen for this entirety of Series 12 as well. All right, they are Graham, Graham. Oh my gosh. Okay, Jasmine? Wow, they made so little impact on me, I forgot their names. Okay, let's see. Okay, Google, Doctor Who companions for Series 11. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Here's some information for Doctor Who Series 11 companions. According to Wikipedia, the series also introduces Bradley Walsh, Tossin Cole, and Mandip Gill as the Doctor's newest traveling companions, Graham O'Brien, Ryan Sinclair, and Yasmin Khan, respectively.
Alright, so Yasmin and Ryan. I absolutely can't believe I had to do that. I can't believe my notes were not up to date. And also, they left so little impact on me that I couldn't remember their names. Wow. Okay. Let me turn off this stinking phone. Go off. Okay, good. Alright. So you have Graham, Yasmin, and Ryan. Okay. Graham is an older white gentleman, looks about 60. Yasmin is a younger police officer, although it's not really utilized during the course of Series 11, which is a real shame because the police officer background is perfect for the show, much like Wilfred's character, not the actor who played Wilfred, his character in Dalek Invasion of Earth, the movie, was good for that. But then you have Yasmin. She's a young Indian descent, Indian, not American Indian, India descent police officer. And then you have Ryan, who's a young 20-something African-American male. He's British, so black, I guess, because American doesn't apply to him. But a young black male who's the step-grandson of Graham. Graham married Ryan's grandmother. And so there's a relationship here. Ryan seems to kind of like Yasmin, but it doesn't come to fruition during the course of the show. Don't know. Maybe during Series 12. Anyway, this is the Doctor's crew in the TARDIS. Spoilers, Graham's wife Ryan's grandmother dies in the 13th Doctor's first episode, and somehow these three get set with the Doctor on a series of adventures, which is series 11. And they are together all the way through the series. And it looks like they will all be together through series 12, although I cannot state that in here definitively because it hasn't happened yet. Those are just the media rumors. But it looks like the same crew of these three and the 13th Doctor will continue into series 12. Anyway, the actor who plays Graham is fantastic. Yasmin is underdeveloped. She's mostly utilized, unfortunately, as a key into other things, like, we need to go to Punjab, so we'll do that and we'll use you as a link to it. The fact that she's a cop doesn't come up hardly ever. I mean, it really should come up all the time. They really should be utilizing her role, her profession as a police officer, but unfortunately it almost never comes up. She's underutilized. I'm hoping that they develop her more during series 12, that they utilize her more as a placeholder or a link, and they actually utilize her as an individual and develop her more. Ryan and his relationship with Graham does actually kind of develop during the course of the series. Unfortunately, Ryan himself is also, like Yasmin, a little underdeveloped. He, during the first episode of series 11, is shown to have inability to balance. He can't ride a bicycle because he can't keep it in, balanced. I forget what it's called, but they show that a few times. And once again, it's hardly ever taken advantage of during the course of the show, much like Yasmin. I do not know if the fact there are this many companions in the TARDIS at all times is the reason these two are not developed, Yasmin and Ryan. I believe it's more poor writing, because we have had times in the past, like the very first Doctor, and the fifth Doctor, and even the fourth Doctor, even the second Doctor, where you've had a bunch of companions, this many companions in the TARDIS, and it still managed to work. We had enough time to develop each one. Like the first Doctor with Susan, and notes are good. Let's see. Here we go. When you had Susan, Ian, and Barbara. I mean, those characters were all developed. Granted, you had a lot more episodes, because there are 40-something episodes a season, as opposed to 10. We're only getting 10 episodes now, which is sad. They're longer episodes. They're nearly an hour long, whereas the episodes back then were 24 minutes. So, to be fair, each one of the current episodes are maybe 2.5 times as much as the longer episodes, or the older episodes. But still were 4.5 times as many, so you still had more time back in the 60s for each character to develop. I hope they develop more and better and gain better personalities and story arcs during Series 12, which unfortunately will happen next year in 2020. This is currently August 12th of 2019. But as of yet, not so much. Graham, and to an extent his relationship with Ryan, are the best developers during Series 11. And that's it. We literally have not had a Christmas special for this year, although we might. We had the New Year's Day special, the holiday special at the beginning of the year, which may be the only episode we get this year. If we have a Christmas special, great. Otherwise, I expect to see Chibnall, still the showrunner, with Whittaker, still the Doctor, and these three still in the TARDIS for Series 12. Don't know what will happen after that, but this is for 2020. Anyway, that is the sum total of all the companions for Doctor Who up to this point. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. If you like the channel, subscribe. If you like the video, thumbs up. And well, that's about the long and the short of it. And join us hopefully next week when we get back to Drunk Doctor Who proper with The Smugglers, the first serial of season 4, the penultimate serial for the first Doctor. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Goodbye.